Chapter 10, Investigation. Meanwhile, it was now becoming night time, and the pups were watching T.V, unaware of what happened to Chase and Skye earlier, and some of them were starting to get worried. Zuma, hey, have any of you wondered why is it taking so long for Chase and Skye to come back? Marshall, you're right, they should be here by now. Everest, I will tell Ryder. Everest then went to the lookout balcony and found Ryder. Ryder, oh, hey Everest, what's wrong? Everest, Skye and Chase have not returned from the beach yet, and we are starting to get really worried about them. Ryder, they haven't returned back yet? Surprised, I will try calling them. Ryder then tried contacting Chase and Skye, but there was no answer. Ryder, they're not answering. I will check the lookout periscope. Ryder then looked through the periscope, and he didn't see Chase or Skye anywhere at the beach. Ryder, I don't see them at the beach either. Everest, do you think something happened to them? Worried. Ryder, don't worry, we will get to the bottom of this. No job is too big, no pup is too small. PAW Patrol, get in your gear. The pups, Ryder needs us. The pups then all got into their uniforms and formed up. Ryder, pups, you all know why I called you. Chase and Skye are missing, they are not at the beach, and they are not answering their pup tags. The pups gasped. 1. Rubble, what do you think happened to them? Ryder, I don't know, but I do know that we have to find them quick, they might be in danger. Rubble, I will need you to look for clues and tracks on the beach. Rubble in the double. Ryder, and the rest of you pups, I need you to help Rubble in searching, it's all paws on deck. PAW Patrol is on a roll. 3. Ryder then slid down the pole, and the pups also slid down to their own slides, and got into their vehicles, and headed towards the beach, to start investigating. After a while, Ryder and the pups had finally arrived at the beach. Ryder, okay, Rubble, Rocky, and Tracker, start looking for tracks. The 3 pups did so, and Tracker found something. Tracker, Ryder, I found some paw prints. Ryder, great find Tracker. Tracker then sniffed the paw prints. Tracker, okay, these 2 paw prints are definitely Chase and Skye's, but here are another 2, and I have no clue what they are. Rocky, I think they are 2 different pups, and one of the paw prints actually looks very similar to Chase's paw prints. Zuma, do you think that one of the pups is related to Chase? Rubble, well, Chase did tell us about a lost brother he had, do you think that maybe he had something to do with it? Plus. Ryder, I don't know, but I think you're right, let's start searching all around town. But Ryder and the pups didn't know that Sylvia and Swift's base were outside of town, not inside. And Ryder and the pups started to look everywhere, first at Town Hall. Mayor Goodway, oh, hello Ryder, why are you and the pups out here so late? Ryder, 2 of our pups, Chase and Skye, are missing. Mayor Goodway, oh my goodness, I hope they are all right, good luck finding them. 2. Ryder, thanks Mayor. After no luck finding them at Town Hall, Ryder and the pups then went to look for them at Katie's pet parlor, but they were very careful not to wake up Katie, since it was probably around midnight. Rocky, nope, no sign of them here. Ryder, sighs, let's keep searching. Ryder and the pups then started searching around Farmer Al and Yumi's barn. Tracker, they are not here either. Ryder and the pups then finally decided to look at their last possible destination, the dock for the ships, and Captain Turbot and Francois were out stargazing that night. Captain Turbot, oh, hi Ryder, hey pups. Ryder, hey Captain Turbot and Francois, have you 2 seen Chase and Skye? Francois, well, me and Horatio, Captain Turbot's real name, have seen those 2 lovebirds a few hours ago, but when we came back here from sailing, we didn't see them, so we assumed that they went back to you. Ryder, well, they never did, and now they are missing. Captain Turbot, oh, I hope they are all right. Ryder, me too. Anyway, thanks for trying. See you guys later. Sighing. Captain Turbot, bye. Ryder and the pups then made it back to the lookout, without any evidence, and Marshall and Everest started to cry, because now they were extremely worried for their best friends, and were now scared that they might be dead. Ryder and the other pups started to comfort them. Rocky, don't worry, you too. Zuma, yeah, I'm sure they are all right, we will find them eventually. Ryder, okay pups, it's time for bed. All the pups then went to their pup houses and went to bed. However, none of them were able to sleep much, because of how worried they were about Chase and Skye. They were just hoping that they were all right and nothing bad happened to them. Chapter 11, The Escape. Meanwhile, back at Swift's base, just outside of Adventure Bay, Chase and Skye were tied to a pole and blindfolded, and they were starting to wake up. Chase, groaning, Skye, my sweet princess, are you there? Worried. 3. Skye, groaning, Chase, you're here? Relieved, I can't move or see. Trying to get herself free. Chase, someone tied us up and blindfolded us. Swift, oh good, you two are awake. Skye was a bit afraid by that voice, but Chase wasn't afraid one bit. Chase, what do you want from us, and who are you? Swift and Sylvia then took off the blindfolds off of Chase and Skye, and they were shocked to find out who they were. Chase, Swift. My brother. Skye and Sylvia. Sylvia, guess you didn't expect us, did you? Naughty laughing. 1. Chase, well, to be honest, I expected you would do something like this. But Swift. Why? Swift, Chase, my brother, you have no idea how I felt when I was much younger. I wanted to do the things I always wanted to do, but your parents wouldn't let me. Chase, because all you did back then was hurt and bully other pups. My parents had every right to stop what you were doing. Swift, and that's another reason, you always took your parents' side over mine. Sylvia, and Chase, I can't believe you would choose some stupid pup like her. Skye, hey. 1. Chase, I'll have you know that my girlfriend is actually much smarter than both of you combined. 1. Sylvia then growled at this statement. Sylvia, however, we can let you both go, if you could do one thing. Still a bit mad. Chase, and what's that? Sylvia, if you get back together with me. Chase and Skye couldn't help but laugh at what Sylvia just said. Sylvia, is something funny? Angry. Chase, Sylvia, first of all, you can't choose who you want to be in love with, it just happens, and second of all, you didn't give me any good reason back then why I should stick to you. You were mean to others and got easily jealous every time I looked at another female pup, but I want to tell you that you are nothing like Skye. Second of all, she is much prettier than you. Sylvia got angry by this statement. Swift, well, let's be honest, my brother does have a point. Chase, and third, she has a heart of gold. And that is something that neither of you will ever have, and is better than any kind of beauty. Skye smiled at Chase. Skye knew for sure that Chase truly loved her. However, Swift and especially Sylvia were angry about all the words that Chase said, and Sylvia slapped Skye on the face so hard that Skye started to cry. Chase then got really angry. 7. Chase, don't you dare hurt Skye. Sylvia, oh, what are you going to do about it? Mocking, Sylvia and Swift then discussed. Sylvia, I changed my mind, I want you to kill both of them. Swift was surprised, but also happy about Sylvia's decision. Swift, what makes you change your mind? Surprised. Sylvia, what's the point of Chase getting back together with me? If he says that he is going to stick with Skye forever, there is no point of getting him back then, so, I want you to kill both of them. Swift, to be honest, that was my plan from the beginning. Swift and Sylvia then faced Chase and Skye. Swift, well then, you two could say some last words, because you two are going to die. Swift then pressed a button and escaped out of his base along with Sylvia. Skye, why did they leave? Confused. Chase, I have no idea why. Realizes, wait a minute, why is sand starting to reach my paws? Skye, yeah, mine too. Realizes, Swift's button activated a sand generator. We are going to get buried alive. 1. The sand was moving really rapidly, and the sand had already reached Chase and Skye's chests. Chase, no, we are going to live. Swift doesn't know one thing about me, and he had made a big mistake. Plus. Skye, what was it? Chase, he doesn't know I have strong teeth. Chase then started to bit off the ropes that were holding him, and after a few seconds, Chase managed to free himself and dig himself out of some of the sand. But the sand had now reached Skye's mouth. Skye, Chase. Help. Coughing and trying to prevent sand from entering her mouth. 1. Chase then dug through the sand and bit off of the ropes that were holding Skye, but they were completely buried in the sand now, and they were losing oxygen fast. Skye, how are we going to get out? Worried. Chase, just dig as much as you can. Panting. Chase and Skye then dug out the sand as fast as they could, and somehow managed to get out. Skye, the sand is still rising though, it will continue until the roof. Trying to catch her breath. Chase, don't worry, I got this. Barks Winch. Trying to catch his breath. Chase Winch then came out of his pup pack. Skye, wait. You have a winch in your pup pack? I thought you only had those on your vehicle. Plus. Chase, well, I always thought this would come in handy one day. Chase then tossed his winch to the window, and carried Skye on his back as well, and swung to the window of the base, and escaped. Skye, we did it. Chase, we escaped. Chase and Skye gave each other a passionate kiss, and then ran as fast as they could to the lookout. But little did they know that they were still being watched. Sylvia, you moron. You let them escape. Now they are going to tell the others and we will be outnumbered. Swift, calm down Sylvia, or do you want to be killed? Threatening her. Sylvia, no. Scared. Swift, good, see, I came prepared, just in case plan A didn't work. I came up with a plan B even before I even set up plan A. Sylvia, and is plan B? Swift, you'll see. Evely laughing, all we have to do is wait for Chase and Skye to reach the lookout. Chapter 12, Plan B. Meanwhile, Chase and Skye were still running around the Adventure Bay streets. Skye, that was a great escape plan, Chase. Panting. Chase, thanks, but I still can't believe that my own brother, whom I promised I would make it up to him, is hunting down you and me. Panting. Skye, and I can't believe that Sylvia would join him, they really are two sick pups. Panting. Chase, well, I was afraid from the beginning that Sylvia would do something like this. Panting. Skye, but Chase, I have one question, did your brother really bully and hurt other pups when you two were younger? Panting. Chase and Skye then both stopped running. Chase, sighs, it's true, Swift bullied the other pups when we were younger, and he usually did it because of their sizes, and also how smaller and weaker they were compared to him. He also watched quite a few violent shows on the T.V, which my parents forbidden us to watch, and I found them quite horrible as well, but Swift enjoyed watching them, and always found a way to sneak in and watch it. When he invited me to watch with him, I refused, and that usually made him angry, but he was lucky, because I could have told my parents about this. After that, Swift started to even hurt the other pups around him, and he even wanted to hurt me one time. Eventually, my parents had to have a serious talk with him, but Swift ran away from them, and when my parents tried to bring him back, a car ran over my parents, and Swift told me, ran away from our home, and never returned back, until he did today. My parents were killed, of course, and there was nothing I could do about it, except cry. Starts crying and gets emotional. Skye never saw Chase cry this much about something, and she gave him a big hug. Skye, I had no idea your parents were killed too. I'm so sorry. Hugs him tighter and then let's go. Chase, thanks Skye, I really needed that. So anyway, after that, Ryder found me in the pound, adopted me, and I became the second member of the PAW patrol besides him. 3. Skye, it must have been really hard to tell me this, but thanks for telling me. Nuzzles him. Chase, sure. Realizes, maybe we should get running again, Swift and Sylvia may still be onto us. Skye, good idea. Chase and Skye then started running again through the Adventure Bay streets, but all of a sudden, a car came from out of nowhere and hit Skye. Chase, Skye. The driver then got out of the car. Driver, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Chase, couldn't you pay more attention to where you are going? Angry, Skye, are you okay? Skye tried to get up, but slipped and fell every time she tried to. Skye, groaning, no, I can't get up, I'm too hurt. Driver, what can I do for you too? Chase, well, if you want to help us, please take us to the PAW patrol lookout. The driver then drove Chase and Skye to the lookout, and after 5 minutes they arrived. Chase, thanks for the ride. The driver then left, and Chase carried Skye on his back, as they headed inside the lookout. Chase, Ryder, pups. Ryder and the pups were so relieved that Chase and Skye came, but were very concerned about Skye's condition. Everest, what happened to her? Chase, I can answer that later, just help her, she also needs an ice pack for her body. Marshall, I am on it. Marshall then immediately got a pack of ice for Skye. Skye, thanks. Puts the ice pack on. Zuma, we were so worried about you too, what happened? Chase, well, we were watching the sunset for a while, but 2 pups named Swift and Sylvia, who I will tell you who they are in a moment, grabbed us by our necks and choked us out. Marshall, oh my goodness, really? Who were they? Chase, they were my brother and my ex-girlfriend. Rocky, isn't Sylvia the pup from the herding competition in which you two competed against each other? Chase, yep, that's her, and for some reason now, she and my brother wants to take us out, and we right now have no reasonable idea why they would do something like that. Ryder, well, we are going to make sure that nothing like that happens to you two ever again. Chase, smiles, thanks guys, you're the best. Ryder and the pups then gave Chase and Skye a group hug, however, their group hug didn't last long, because a few seconds later, Swift and Sylvia appeared on the T.V screen of the lookout. Chase, that's Swift and Sylvia. Pointing to the screen. Rubble, what do you want from them? Swift, so, these are your teammates, Chase? Well, they seem just as weak as you and Skye. Rubble, hey, I let you know that I am actually quite strong. Swift, oh, I am so scared from strong Rubble. Mocking. 6. Sylvia, anyway, we found out how to call you too, and since our plan A didn't work, we are now doing plan B. Ryder and all the other pups including Chase and Skye were confused about what Swift and Sylvia said. Chase, and what is your plan B? Confused. Swift, well, I always have a plan B prepared whenever my first plan fails. And let's just say that, instead of calling it the lookout, maybe you should start calling your place, the boom out. Evely laughing. Ryder and all the pups still couldn't understand what they meant by that. But all of a sudden, Swift pressed a button, and there was a tick sound, and all of a sudden, the entire lookout exploded, sending Ryder and all of the pups flying out of the lookout, and from a distance away, Jake and Carlos witnessed the whole explosion, and immediately rushed toward the lookout, and they found Ryder and all of the pups on the ground, unconscious and badly injured. 4. Jake, oh my God. I am calling an ambulance. 2. A minute later, an ambulance arrived and Ryder and all of the pups were carefully carried and sent to the hospital.